Welcome to Tater Time Football, where we talk about everything around football. Here's your host, Tater Tot.
Hey guys, welcome to Tater Time Football. This is another week of bowl games. We have quite a few to pick from, but we're gonna try and make this as quick and painless as possible. So here we go. All right, now you have. So here we go. We got Tuesday, December 23rd, Toledo and Louisville. Who do you got? I'm picking Louisville because I've been picking them most of the year.
Yeah, I'm also going to Louisville. I think they're just a more quality team than Toledo are, but I mean, it could be wrong.
Well, on that one note though, they did beat Miami this year, so I
They did.
think that is it's a playoff team that they beat. So that's something to take note of. Now
And
you
Toledo's also got 2-4 away record, so out of town, not very good for them.
Yeah. Now you got Western Kentucky versus South Mississippi. I'm going to go Western Kentucky.
I'm also going to agree and go with Western Kentucky on this one as well.
All right. Now we got UNLV versus Ohio.
I'm going to pick UNLV.
I actually am going to go with UNLV as well. They were ranked last year. I'm not, because this is this year, so everything changes every year. And I said this earlier in the season, but I really think they are a lot better team than Ohio. Now you have on Wednesday, December 24th, you have Cal. Oh, crud. Sorry, guys. I got to scroll down. Don't mind me. Okay. On Wednesday, you have Cal at Hawaii.
Yeah, it technically is at Hawaii because it's in Honolulu. So, I'm gonna pick Cal.
I'm gonna go Hawaii here. I think the Hawaiian kids can get it going. I can go out on a limb and try and take a chance on this team.
Cal really impressed me this year. Some of the games they played against top teams.
But you are right there. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm still gonna pick Hawaii. I'm gonna give them a chance. I know they're probably not gonna win, but still. Now you have Friday, December 26th, Central Michigan versus Northwestern in Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan. If I could speak.
Probably. I'm gonna go with Central Michigan. I mean, it's kind of a toss-up. It's really hard to.
Yeah, it's really hard to pick this game.
Now, two keynotes is that Central Michigan has two quarterbacks that are questionable, and Northwestern has two running backs that are questionable.
Okay. Good thing to keep note of. I'm gonna go Northwestern here. I know they've had really slow starts to games and everything, but I really like this team. Not really by how they played, but just as a program. So I'm gonna pick them here. Now you got New Mexico versus Minnesota. I'm definitely going Minnesota here. I think Minnesota is definitely the better team here.
I'm gonna disagree, and I'm gonna go with New Mexico.
Oh my gosh, man! Well, then I also think though a lot of people might opt out, so I'm actually gonna go New Mexico.
Well, now he changes his mind.
No, I do have to remember people opt out of these games, so there's a possibility. Take for Alabama for instance.
Yeah, but you think these teams would opt out that much?
So
I don't think these. I don't know. I don't think they would opt out as much.
Okay,
I don't think
Well,
there's that many star players from Minnesota or New Mexico. I'm sorry.
okay. Well, I'm gonna go New Mexico then. I'm sorry, guys. I know I went back on what I said, but now you got FIU, Florida International, versus UTSA.
I'm gonna go with Florida International.
I'm gonna go to UTSA. Like we've been disagreeing a lot tonight. Like,
I don't know. I think we've been agreeing actually like on every single one.
oh,
Well, every
not all of
single
them.
one except for California, Hawaii,
Northwestern.
and yeah, Northwestern, and
Now
this
this
one.
one,
Those three.
UTSA. So
That's like half and
UTSA,
half.
because I seen UTSA put some points on some really good teams this year. Sometimes, but
Yeah.
there again, you never know. Now you got Saturday, Pitt versus Eastern Carolina.
I think this is a Pittsburgh all day kind of game.
I'm gonna go Pitt here. I think they come to play ball. Um, they're not gonna get their doors blown off like people were talking about earlier this year. Get beat 100-0. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Now you got Penn State versus Clemson.
It's funny because I'm looking at this and it feels like like 2000 like 5 or like 8 unranked Penn State, unranked Clemson. It's kind of weird seeing that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna pick Clemson to beat Penn State.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to go Clemson here because I just Penn State kind of fell off this year. I hate to do it to y'all, but you know what y'all did this year just did not impress me at all. Dabo's Clemson Tigers just seemed to have it together a little bit more than they did early in the season. But that's the way things work. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Now you got UConn versus Army. I'm definitely gonna go Army here. This being their last game of the season, I got to pick with
Um,
the military this week.
I ain't gotta do nothing, so I'm gonna pick UConn to beat Army.
Okay, okay. You- Okay, whatever. Agree to disagree. Okay, now you got Georgia Tech and BYU.
Um, honestly, I think I'm gonna go Georgia Tech.
Okay. I'm gonna go Georgia Tech here too. Bye bye storming Mormons, because y'all gonna be storming back home with some pouty faces. I'm sorry.
I didn't say all that. That was him.
You see, I'm just rude. I'm sorry, guys. Now you got Miami, Ohio, at like versus Fresno versus Fresno State. I'm sorry, guys. Like I'm like half awake. Sorry, guys. Like really. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Fresno State.
All right, I'm gonna go Fresno State too. Now you got number 25 North Texas and San Diego State.
Um, it's hard to pick because I mean North Texas, they had a chance to like almost get in,
Mhm.
but they ended up losing.
Mhm.
So I don't think they're as good as I maybe thought they were.
North Texas.
Um, huh?
You said North Texas.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna pick San Diego State.
I'm actually gonna go San Diego State here too. Um, I just
He just
really
let me give my reasoning and then he's changing his answers is what happening.
no, no, guys, don't listen to him. He doesn't know. He does not know. He's not Santa Claus. He's not the true Santa. Not the
I'm
true
not.
Santa.
I'm not fat and I don't have a white beard.
Okay,
I don't
guys.
have a list.
Look, have you been naughty or nice this year? Okay. Now you got number 19, Virginia versus Missouri.
Man, I'm gonna pick Virginia. I think Missouri just, I don't know. They just don't seem like they were what I thought they were at the beginning of this year.
I'm gonna go Missouri. I will go down with the ship if they lose. Just like everyone knows that my wife is from Missouri, so I kind of picked up on this team, seeing how they play. And when they came to the SEC, people complained about them being in there. Said that they don't belong in the SEC, but they do recruit very well. And I think if no one opts out of this game and actually plays in this, I think Missouri will come out with a win if they have their quarterback. So that's the main takeaway. I don't know if he's hurt. You might be able to figure that out for me, but you know, go from there. Missouri's quarterback.
Um, doesn't say he's on the injury list.
Okay, so yeah, with him, I think they'll be fine. But if he gets
Which one
hurt,
was that? Was it Horn?
no.
No, it wasn't Horn. Okay, we're good then.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
he's not on there.
All right. Now you got LSU versus Houston, and this is going to be in Houston, Texas, NRG Stadium.
I'm gonna go with Houston on this one.
Houston means one day closer to you. Okay. I'm gonna stop singing, guys. It just popped in my head. All right. Now I'm gonna go LSU here. I'm gonna go pick SEC. I think they get it done if they can actually do something offensively. So, with all that said, now we can get into what most people are talking about right now. All right. So there are two games in the first round of the playoff that everybody's been talking about. The main two, because the other two really aren't games. We had Tulane and Ole Miss, which was 41-10, and then James Madison was getting their doors blown off until I guess Oregon put all their backups in, and then they scored basically 14 points in the third and the fourth quarter, leading to a 51-34 final score. Now another one that came up and it really surprised me was Miami beat Texas A&M 10-3. I go to look at the freaking thing and it said at halftime it was like 3-0. Or like
I
it was
think it was 0
0-0.
0.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
0-0 at the half, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's going on, guys? Um, but Miami came to play. Like, let's just go ahead and say that. I watched it. They came to play. Like, they really did. And now you have Alabama, which was a very scary game to watch, personally, because everybody knows I'm a Alabama fan, but I was a little bit on the edge of my seat, like I should. There is like never a dull moment. You never know what side of like Alabama you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates. They like really mess me up sometimes. Like one day my heart's just going, ooh, but it's gonna be all right. But 34-24 was that score. Would you like to say anything, Cole, about those two mainly, because the other two don't really matter? Well,
Um,
they matter, but don't matter.
I'll say the most the least exciting game was probably Ole Miss versus Tulane for me. Um, I said they were going to beat them just like they did before, and they almost beat them by the exact same score that they did earlier this year. Um, Now, James Madison, Oregon. I watched almost all of the first half. I didn't really watch the second half because when you're down that much, there's no way you're going to come back. I would say I wouldn't be surprised if James Madison, his offense coordinator or the head coach, was poached this year because the play calling from them was really amazing. I mean, they kept Oregon on their toes. I mean, that first drive they had was like 8 minutes long, 14 plays, and they went for it on fourth down twice and got it, but had to settle for a field goal. And at that moment, when they were settling for field goals, at first I was like, yeah. And Oregon comes out 4 plays at a time, scoring touchdowns. I was like, okay. But literally, if you were watching play calling wise and how they were moving people around, amazing. James Madison. Now you look at defensive line against offensive line against defensive line. Either way,
I'm actually looking at like the stats. They're actually close to the same total yards, like in the game. 509 yards. James Madison got 509 yards on Oregon. With 514 on the other side. Like, holy crud.
I would say it's just the matter of size difference. Oregon's just bigger. They're way bigger, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
more
it was
physical.
they were in. I mean, they're just bigger. Like physically, they're taller, more muscular. It's just how it's a Power 5 conference versus like a Power 4. So now I think James Madison could beat Tulane. I mean, I think Ole Miss is a better team than Oregon personally. So maybe that's not quite the same.
Yeah.
But I would not be surprised they could poach Tulane, Ole Miss. I watched a little bit of it. Didn't really care because I saw what was going on. I was like, yeah, it's whatever. Okay. Miami and Texas A&M. I didn't get to watch by actually looking. I was going play by play, and I got to see some of the highlights after the game had ended because I was driving. Miami really came to play. Their defense showed up, and of course, they're interviewing Texas A&M players before the game. They're talking about Miami's one of the star defensive lineman, Brian, I think, or Bain, whatever his name is. I think it's Bain. They said that he wasn't going to be a problem, probably wasn't going to be a factor, and actually, he was a giant factor during the game. So that's what happens when you talk crap. I mean,
it comes and bites you in the.
It come punch you in your mouth, and sometimes you don't get up.
Yeah.
Now,
go on.
I'm sorry. I'll save them. Like I had kind of rank them. I was saving the best for my last. Is that Alabama versus Oklahoma? I'll tell if whoever watches, if anybody watches this, I am before a game. I am going to be a huge Alabama fan. But during the game, I'm going to be their biggest hater. I just am. If I see something I don't like, I'm going to call it out. I don't care. If it overshadows this great play they just did, I'm still going to be mad, even if they just went and scored.
Yeah, because you want it to be better.
Because I want performance, not just sheer luck. I'm not saying that game was luck, because first part all the way up to like the half of the second quarter, it was 17-zip. I can't lie, I turned off the game. I was talking to this man, letting him kind of just going off of what his attitude was and what he was saying. I was just like, well, I might turn it back on based on what it is. And once we scored one touchdown, I was like, okay. And we started driving down. I was like, well, let me turn it back on. Ever since then, I watched was a freaking heart attack. But when we came out the second half and did it again,
yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Like, where was this all season long? I think Alabama, what really hurt them in that first quarter, and the only reason why then was 17 zip is Alabama was inside the 20-yard line the first two drives. And Ty Simpson, I'm sorry, like he's a great, like to me he's a really good quarterback, but he's not a good quarterback inside that, area, because your back's up against the wall. It's really hard to make a really good decision, and you really have to get the ball out of your hand as quick as possible. And you know for a fact they're coming straight for you whenever you're that deep in the end zone. It's like that's what happened against Georgia. I'm sorry. Like people were talking about, oh well, Georgia beat Alabama 28 to like blah 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 like 7, and it's like Alabama was stuck in their own end zone the whole game. So it's like literally, oh, you want a touchdown? Here you go, take it. Like it's like it's hard to combat when first of all you signal a fair catch, it goes out to the 25-yard line. Okay? Well, we had an Alabama player comes out of the end zone and gets completely murdered like on the 12-yard line or something, whatever it was. And I'm like, bro, why did you run it out? It's like, how do you not understand if you go out to the 25-yard line, it puts you in better position to win the game. It's like, don't try and be Superman over here. Like, and that's what I don't understand is that's like just poor decision making on that part. And then of course, I'm glad like, Alabama started doing something like, but I always kind of tend to look at what's really going on the field and what causes these issues. And like people are like, "Oh, well, like, well, Alabama's trash," which this man over here started saying that Alabama was, he said, say it with me, that we are trash. But Alabama started doing better, so I kept saying it. I just felt like that was helping us. But, it was pretty funny. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Oklahoma, like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but when you spit on somebody's field, you got what was coming to you.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry. I don't like disrespect, like, of any team. Like, I wouldn't want an Alabama fan to go spit on your field or a player, whatever. I would find it very disrespectful. So I'm so sorry, but I am a hater of Oklahoma. It's like those players should be disciplined and they shouldn't be able to do crap like that. And like, I'm sorry, yeah, they lost, and I'm kind of glad they did. So even if Indiana were to beat Alabama, I'm okay because that was the payback that I wanted. It's all I
Yeah.
wanted for Christmas.
I'm just glad that Alabama wasn't a first round out so that people couldn't say it. I mean,
They didn't
I didn't
say they
necessarily,
didn't
I didn't
belong.
necessarily agree at first with us us belonging there, but
And
I thought against Oklahoma again, I was like, okay, we have a chance. Um, and honestly, if you look, I mean, Alabama really they played Oklahoma exactly the same way as we played them the first time. It was just minus the 3 turnovers. We had
Mhm.
no turnovers, and we controlled the ball really well.
Mhm.
Even though we went out 3 and out a lot of times in the first half, defense was kind of sleeping. I think in the first 2 quarters.
Mhm.
Okay, well, Mac does really good. I think he calls really good plays. I think it just comes down to a player mentality. Um, and I would say the biggest thing is takeaways I see. I mean, you don't really say for Oklahoma because they're out. It doesn't really matter anymore. Takeaways don't matter, so I won't go over them. Alabama, defense wise, I think it's some of the best secondary in the nation. Maybe not the best secondary in the nation. The corners are really good. They're all really good. The problem is we play a lot of zone and not enough man. Play too much zone, which gets us burned because they do a lot of inside slants
Mhm.
and they do a lot of scrimmage line or yes, like line of scrimmage, just short out passes, and people they get like 6 yards every time. So that on defense needs to be now, and the pressure's there. The pressure's getting to the quarterback. I mean, we could there. Sometimes you can't contain them. A lot of people
Mhm.
are mobile nowadays. There's not really slow quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Um, Offense wise, we're still really throw heavy, which is going to weigh a lot on Simpson, I think. Um, you can't throw the ball so much you can't go out there and for like even if we go down and score and you throw like 10 times and rush twice, that's too much.
Yeah, you kind
And
of have to balance your offense out. Um,
Brooks had a balling game, had a freaking amazing game, dude. Showed up when we need somebody to show up. And
yeah,
that's a really good factor to have that people are going to be like, well, Ryan Williams has his it factor. He's still kind of sloppy this year, but then you
yeah,
have Bernard, who is the man, and you got
dude.
Horton, who is also like he's second in command. So Brooks isn't quite. He's going to be quite guarded quite as well, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
he showed up.
Mhm.
And last thing I would say is that kind of like two parts is that give Hill the ball. I'm sorry, Jam is only a outside kind of guy.
RPO.
Stop giving him the ball up the middle. It's a terrible play calling because, dude,
Yeah.
he's just not physical enough. Beyond behind the line of scrimmage, Hill, I think he's more of like a Gibbs type of player.
He's hard to
And
take down, man. Like that
yeah,
kid's good.
and then, dude, we gotta have shorter passing routes on like 3rd and 6.
Mhm.
We have like Cuevas come out, he cuts out for like 3 yards, he's going over the middle. Yeah, he's there, but then I look, Brooks is like on a 10-yard route going straight. Bernard is on a straight and then cut out to the middle for like 15 yards, and then you got like Ryan Williams who's out to the right for like 15. It's like, dude, it's 3rd and 6. We're just trying to pick up the first down, not 1st and 30.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
I don't know. That's all I gotta say.
hey, it's okay. But like I'm not like trying to be mean to Oklahoma. It's just I y'all just don't understand.
They
I
played very dirty. They're pretty disrespectful, I say, after game against the first one.
yeah.
Um, and
Uh
I mean, hey, they had a right to talk crap in a way because we haven't beaten them, but now that's changed.
but
No more Boomer Sooner so much.
yeah. Yeah, this is the boomers. Boomer sooner. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh. But I will give them this. Their fans, they had that place rocking.
dude, that pregame show,
Yeah.
dude, I could feel it from the TV. Like when we went to that game, that was cool. Being in Alabama, seeing that pregame, all that was awesome. But like that one, that would have been awesome to go to. Like
Yeah.
that was amazing.
Oklahoma. Cause like I'm gonna be honest, like on the road, you just like I took Cole to Tuscaloosa to watch LSU play, and
Well, he
it's
got the tickets. I
well,
drove him there.
okay, okay. Beside the point, but Cole, just so you know, it's so much different on the road. On the
Yeah, I know.
road, it's amazing. Like I rather be on the road because to hear the stadium get quiet is great. It's like when you hear a stadium get quiet because your team's winning in their stadium, it's nice. But now when you're losing, it's loud and not too great.
Yeah.
And currently I am undefeated going to games. So I haven't gone to a game where Alabama loses. So I haven't had to feel the gut wrenching, stuff. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Hope everybody has a Merry Christmas
Hmm.
and a happy. Well, we'll see y'all before New Year's.
Yeah.
um, so, with further ado, please like, subscribe. Please leave a comment. We really enjoy everything y'all do for us, and I'm pretty much done here. You got anything else to say before we go?
Nope.
All right.
Good.
Y'all have a good one.